So I just talked to my mom's doctor. My mom hit the jackpot. She's lucky the other doctor left and whatever. The one that I filed the complaint, on whom I filed the complaint. But I would never have done that. I only did that because the social worker asked me to, and the social worker left too. My mom got a brand new social worker who I never got to talk to. And a brand new doctor who's awesome. My mom got lucky. What do you mean your mom got lucky? Because every fucking time she's gone in any of these mental hospitals, they think she needs to be on a shitload of medication. This doctor doesn't agree with that. This doctor says, first of all, she doesn't believe that patients should need to be on more than one antipsychotic. Remember what I told you my mom was taking before? Every day, 1,000 milligrams of Depakote, 30 milligrams of Prolixin, 10 milligrams of Zyprexa, the Trazodone at night, and the Cogentin. My mom was saying shit like, they only have me on one pill. I'm like, I'm sure that's not going to carry over to when you get out. I'm sure it's just while you're in there. No. Just talk to the doctor. My mom's only going to be taking just that. It's 5 milligrams, it's just Zyprexa under the tongue. It's 5 milligrams more than she was taking, but she must be thrilled. They got her off all the other crap. Is it going to work? I don't know. I don't know. I need to call my friend. I need to clean too, but I've talked to my friend before while I was cleaning. After that, my cousin, who's not my friend anymore, as you guys know, I talked to her before while I was cleaning. I talked to her for hours on speakerphone. My male friend, my good friend of 20 plus years, I like to mix things up. My good friend of 20 plus years, Sebastian, won't talk to me on speakerphone. He's very fussy. He can't stand it. I had him on speakerphone one time when I was doing other shit. I wanted to multitask. Do you have me on speakerphone? It's all echoey. He couldn't stand it, so if I call him, I have to know I'm settling down to talk for hours, which is fine. But my YouTube friend's not so fussy. I don't particularly care for it talking to someone, and she puts me on speakerphone. I've had to tell her before, but I had her on speakerphone before, and she didn't seem to mind. I guess it's better than nothing. Because I don't have time. I have to clean. Do you believe it? My mom got a doctor that doesn't believe in just putting the patient on every fucking thing under the sun. Unreal. I just hope it works. Because remember, if she breaks down again, she's not guaranteed to go to any particular hospital. It's just the luck of the draw, whatever bed opens up. And then someone new can be, because most of them are of the mindset that the patient needs to be on everything under the sun. I've seen that. That's what's happened over the past, since she didn't, she used to just have to be on Prolixin all those years, and then she's on everything under the sun from 2009 on. So almost 7 years. Isn't that fantastic? Now, she was on Zyprexa years ago along with all kinds of other psych meds, but she was on like 30 milligrams a day. I believe, if I remember correctly, they had her on a shitload. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere too. I always would ask her what she was on. Zyprexa is notorious for weight gain. So my mom's going to have to make a choice. The doctor even told me it's notorious for weight gain. you know, if my mom can either decide she doesn't care if she gains weight, which is totally up to her, and buy bigger clothing, or she's going to have to cut back. She's going to have to watch what she eats. And she tends to eat healthy here, but remember, she goes to that place a couple of times a week, and sometimes more, and they eat there, and it's not healthy food. I mean, and she gets to have sweets and this, that, or whatever, so it'll be up to her. If she is comfortable with gaining weight, it's like I said, I'm not saying anything to her about anything anymore. I'm really not. I'm thrilled she got out this quickly. I'm thrilled this doctor doesn't believe in just keeping the patient forever after committing them. She really didn't give this new thing much of a chance to work. Considering my mom just got committed last Wednesday, she's already been released a week later, but we'll cross our fingers. What can we do? This doctor actually believes in less medication instead of more. This doctor's trying something brand new instead of having my mom on what she was on before and taking so much. She also wants to have a visiting nurse here that I don't know if the insurance will pay for it or whatnot. My mom's gonna be so happy. It's one fucking pill a day. I don't know if she's going to be a visiting nurse indefinitely, though. I told the doctor, I mean, I'm just saying what I know from before. I wasn't living here, but I know my mom had a visiting nurse for a couple of weeks, and that was all they would, and that's all they would pay for, and then she couldn't have the visiting nurse anymore, so I don't think she can have it for good, but you never know. I don't know. I know she's not going to pay out of pocket. It's too expensive, and she doesn't really need it now that she only has to take one fucking pill a day. No cogentin either. No cogentin. This doctor's awesome. I said, you're awesome. I'm very impressed with you. She doesn't believe in the cogentin either. She's like, you know, cogentin works on side effects for a couple of weeks and then it stops working anyway. And I'm like, well, why did they have her on 2 milligrams a day? She's like, well, there are people in my field, you know, doctors who believe that it does help with side effects, but the side effect medication has side effects. The bottom line is, she got out of that last hospital who you know just put her on a shitload of meds because they don't give a shit. But then she had to go to that other one briefly, and they followed the same advice as the other hospital, except Auntie put her foot down and got my mom off the fucking Seroquel. They had her on everything. They had her on everything. They had her on everything she was taking in the outside world at that hospital I hate. But they also put her on more. They put her on Seroquel. They just believe in drug. This doctor doesn't. I'm so impressed, I told her. Because as you guys know about me, I think when I'm happy with someone, I tell them so. Be it a nice customer, like a person, a cashier, this, that, whatever, people go out. And then it's also, when I'm not happy, I complain, you know. Justifiably. Stoney was like, you can't, you know, like they can't control the rain. These delivery people, they're not supposed to. It's their policy. It makes sense. It's a policy that makes sense. You don't leave people's cardboard box packages out in inclement weather to get soaked. It's not rocket science. Now, you can't, now if it's a beautiful sunny day here in Massachusetts, we have very strange weather, you know, we have unpredictable weather. That's another thing. If it's a beautiful sunny day and you don't know that it's supposed, and it just, with a sudden shower, that's unpredictable, and I wouldn't hold you accountable. If you stick my package down on my wet front steps while it's snowing or raining, then yeah, I'm going to hold you accountable. I hate dealing with this kind of shit. I file these complaints, and then the managers are supposed to get back to me, and neither have. And now I have to file more complaints. Neither of them got back to me. Not FedEx Ground or my local post office. Oh. I have to get this place cleaned up. My mom's definitely coming home. Oh, her church friend's going to be so thrilled. Her church friend was like, why do they have on so much medication? Because that's what they do. Not this woman. Not this doctor. Unreal. I said, is my mom's psychiatrist in the outside world going to be compliant with this? But you know what? My mom can put her foot down. My mom has some rights. They can't force her to take anything. This doctor believes it's better just to have her on one antipsychotic, and better if she's not compliant with taking the pills, like she wasn't taking her afternoon flufenazine, to just have her on less meds. It's better that she takes it than that she balks and doesn't want to take it, you know? No more remembering afternoon pills. No more. Again, let's cross our fingers it works, because that's the whole thing. It doesn't work. The next time she's not going to get the same, you know, she'll get someone different who believes and put her on a whole bunch of stuff. See? That's been the general rule all this time. This is the first I told her, I'm like, I'm so impressed with you. I know, because I study shit, and my mom being a senior citizen, she should actually be on less meds, but they don't care. They always have her on more. It's definitely trial and error, but now we're going to try less meds and see what happens. I know it'll send my mom's self-esteem soaring to not have to take so many fucking pills every day. But will it work? Will it keep her stabilized? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to get involved in her life as long as she... But then again, I know my YouTube friend will back me up on this. I thought you can't go off any medication cold turkey. I don't know, people, if they take her off the Depakote cold turkey. I mean, this is kind of scary, because I didn't want to get into it with her. She's the doctor, and I just thought of this, but if even last time when we wanted to reduce her, she's been on Depakote for a very long time, we wanted to reduce her Depakote. Is it really good to take her off cold turkey like that? Because remember, it's Depakote that even when she wouldn't take her meds, when she wasn't committed and she was, you know, not deemed incompetent and whatnot, and she could refuse her meds, she agreed to get a shot, and the shot was Depakote. And now they have her completely off of it. I thought you can't go off any medication cold turkey. I don't know. She says, this doctor says, she doesn't believe in that you don't need more than one antipsychotic. But can you just switch like that? Well, I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing, people. I don't know. Maybe some of you know. I mean, it was like you don't even want to reduce the Depakote too quick. You want to do it slowly. And now she's completely off of it. But then again, after all those years of taking just the Prolixin shot when it stopped working, they suddenly put her on everything under the sun. This was back in 2009. I mean, they start her with new meds, but completely, I don't know what her psychiatrist in the outside world is going to say about it. She might be scared, because I know she was scared before. Even, I think my YouTube friends, some of them, or people that knew me or whatnot, I mean, not so actually friends, but were saying you can't just go off of it like that. You've got to gradually temper it down to nothing. They just took her completely off of it. And she's been on just Zyprexa for this past week, and she's doing good on it. So maybe that old, you have to temper gradually in the set or whatever, isn't really true. Temper down gradually, if I'm using the correct English. If I'm not, I apologize. I'm not perfect, okay? Far from it. Far, 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 far from it. I think that is temper down gradually. I think that's is proper English. But you know what I mean? They took her off the Depakote cold turkey. They have her on just the one pill of Zyprexa, sublingual under her tongue. And she's been doing fine for the past week on just that. But I believe even Bregan, well, Peter Bregan, he's in that field, but he writes this book, Toxic Psychiatry and all that crap. He's anti-psychiatric medication, but you can't just go off of it cold turkey. But maybe because they're both antipsychotics, Zyprexa and Depakote, it's okay to interchange and just get her off the Depakote completely. Just like that. This doctor obviously went to school, and she's of a different mindset than most of them that me and Auntie have dealt with over these past years. My mom was, her Prolixin suddenly stopped working, and that had been working since I was, all she'd ever been on was Prolixin since I was 11, 10 going on 11. I'm bewildered. I just talked to her, though. My mom was saying she was just taking one thing. I thought it was just a combination of her meds, and it wasn't something she could take in the outside world. No. It's just Zyprexa. It's 5 milligrams more than she was already taking, along with everything else, the Depakote, the Prolixin, the Cogen, the Trazodone. I know she was also allowed to have those Tylenol things that are like 650 milligram or something. She was having those for headaches, but I think it's in her head that headaches, because I've seen her before. I mean, here she would just take one little baby aspirin if she has a headache. She just thinks there's all kinds of natural ways you can get rid of headaches. My mom doesn't suffer like migraines or something. So I'm hoping she doesn't continue with that habit of having those. That was all they offered her in there, but she's never bought those, and she doesn't buy like Advil or anything like that. And same with the acetaminophen, whatever. My Woman's World magazine's all kinds of natural ways to get rid of a headache. Instead of popping a pill at the first sign of a headache, like my mom tends to do. But the pill she was popping was so minor. It was just a stupid little baby aspirin. It wasn't even anything, I don't know. I said, she can do what she wants. I have to keep my eye on her, make sure she doesn't start with if she's not sleeping at night. If she's not sleeping, then that's fine. If she's keeping herself awake with coffee, not fine, see? As long as she doesn't start doing bizarre shit, like forcing herself to stay awake with coffee, we're good. Other than that, I'm just not even gonna... She can do what she wants. I don't know how she's gonna be. She's on less medication now than she's been on for years and years and years. They're trying something different. You know, obviously, being on tons of medication, she still winds up in the hospital, so they're reducing her meds big time. Which thrills me to death, as long as the experiment works, you know. But it's weird to me that they can just do that, because I was under the impression that you can't. You can't just take somebody off of a psych med cold turkey. And that's what they did in this hospital for the past week. Only because she got a new doctor. It's his chance. I think people probably more than me, other people probably complained about this doctor. I don't know. He's gone anyway. It's just, who knows where he is or what's going on. Who knows? I don't really care. That's the truth. I never even got to talk to him. So when this doctor's hands-on, this female doctor, she called me. I didn't have to call her first. She called me again. What a nice doctor. Anyway, but think about it. The whole time she's in this hospital, she's on the Depakote. And now suddenly this doctor has switched her to permanently just Zyprexa. I wonder what Auntie's going to think. My mom's thrilled to death, of course, but I wonder what Auntie's going to think. I just hope to God her, you know, my mom's very, you know, she wants to please and whatnot. I hope her psychiatrist in the outside world doesn't get on her case. Well, this doctor shouldn't have done that, and you've been on Depakote for a long time, and you can't just go off it cold turkey and this, that, or whatever. Which I thought that as well. But she's been off it cold turkey for a whole week, and she's doing good. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you, people? I don't know. What do you think, Omar? Omar needs his flea medicine on. Omar needs his flea medicine on. Oh. I have to... Obviously, I'm not going to tell it right away. Give her a chance to settle in and whatnot, but... We gotta, you know, fix her house. Told you the thing fell off in the front. We don't want whatever. That'll be a bad situation. If birds get in there and start roosting or something, that won't be good. And that's just like an open invitation for bugs or birds or whatever. That's got to be fixed. We need that front porch railing fixed. Remember that guy that I got in, the one that did my door, and then I got pissed off at him, whatever. Whether or not you believe it was justifiable depends on how you look at the situation, but regardless. We need things done, and based on what happened with the door thing, I'm going to tell my mom, we have money, you have money, we need things done with the house that you're not going to have church people do for free. Look what happened with that guy doing my door for free. I would have rather paid than go through that shit. And he didn't finish it, and of course it's doing what he said would happen if he didn't come back and do it in a timely manner, and he just shouldn't have made promises to me. He should have just never. I would have rather paid and then go through his shit of it spread going on and on, and him spending more time chatting with me and my mom. I know he liked me. I know damn well I'm not an idiot. And he spent more time chatting because he was doing it for free and whatnot. And then in the end, he didn't finish the job. You know, that just, after he said, you know, he was wrong. I don't care what you guys think. He was wrong. He made promises. He just said, I don't want anything done for free. But tell my mom. What it is he does stuff for free because he goes to that church. He feels like God wants him to do it for free, but he secretly resents it. I see right through him. And then he promised to come over. He says, you know, I don't want your mom falling down. We really need to fix this railing, blah, 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 whatever. And he's never done it. He's never done it. And the fact is, we have money. We can pay someone. We don't want people doing it for free and thinking that you know, secretly resenting it or whatnot. Never expected it. I never expected him to do my fucking door for free, but he insisted. It was just labor, of course. I paid for hundreds of dollars for the door. But I'm just saying, he should have never done it for free. I should have, and then it would have been 1 day instead of dragging on to 3 days, and he would have had to finish the job in a day like he'd have to do for a paying customer, instead of dragging on, and then he says blah, 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 whatever, and in the end he fucked me over. So, because he didn't finish the job. And he had even talked about, well, he's not, I could come over Sunday. He could have, he didn't finish the job, period. It's not professional. After promising. It needed that last final stain that I had purchased. I never returned it either. And he said, it has to be done, so I'll be here Sunday. And that happened to be Father's Day, and he had told me, I'm not going to my father, whatever. And then he decided to go. They were having some party or something, so that's some weird thing with him. But he should have skipped church. He should have kept his promise to me and skipped church and finished the job. He went on and on throughout the entire little mini friendship. How, you know, it doesn't matter if you're not paying me, because I want it to be really good workmanship, so if someone comes over, they know that I did the work. And then in the end, he fucked me over. I don't want anyone to do anything for me for free. Not under those circumstances. Where it just a 1-day job dragged on and on and on, and because he wanted it to, and then that's fine. But in the end, he promised that he said, I'm not going to do this today, but I will be there Sunday. And I said, are you sure? That's Father's Day. He's like, it has to be done within 2 days, or it's going to do this or that. It's going to not whatever the wood does. It's going to whatever. And then he canceled on me. He canceled on me. But he didn't cancel on me. He just didn't show up. You get how rude that is? He prides himself. He's a Christian. He does this for free, and he's so good. Meanwhile, he's bitching to me about this one woman who's taking so much advantage. No, you're letting her. You're letting her. You didn't know me from Adam. I did not expect you to do this for free. And I wish you hadn't, because then it would have been done in 1 day, and it would have been done correctly. And I wouldn't have wasted money on a top coat or whatever it is that you didn't even wind up doing for me. I wouldn't have had to get angry with you for just blowing me off. Unreal. Unreal. It's not like I said come over and he should have just, it's just all ridiculous, the whole thing. The whole thing. And we're not going to have it happen again. We have money. Say, Mom, we need stuff done. You can ask if there are handymen, preferably not him, and we're going to pay. You know? At least, you know, if she gets someone from church, then it probably won't take advantage, but we're going to pay. We're not going to get it done for free. I never expected in a million years to have my door done for free. Ever, ever, ever did I expect that. He wanted to do it for free, because to him, you know, it's your mom's house, and he likes my mom, and, you know, etc., etc., etc. Ugh. You're a good boy, Omar. You're a good sleepy boy. All you do is sleep. All you do is sleep. Mama needs to clean. Mama allowed herself to create this one video because it was important. She was in shock over a mental hospital doctor actually reducing Grandma's meds way down. Probably because clearly having her on so much hasn't been working too well, has it? Sure, it works for a while, and then what happens? So let's try having her on a hell of a lot less and see what happens. You know, it's all trial and error anyway. And now it's trial and error that I favor, so you guys know that. Right? 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 Right, Omars? How'd you get to be so cute? How'd you get to be so cute? Grandma's coming home. No, she's not here now. He knows. He's gonna go nuts. Grandma's gonna be coming home soon. Grandma's gonna be coming home. Aren't you happy? It's like, no, Mama, I don't know what you're talking about. Just because you say Grandma, she's been gone. Well, you have no concept of time anyway, Mama. So, supposedly. Supposedly. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. Everything. If you want to just be on this one medication that this doctor has put you on, which is amazing, and she's done that, you know, then you just have to cut back on eating or accept that you're going to gain weight. You know, it's one or the other. Look, this is my window core. Haven't opened it. Haven't opened it. I'm just showing you that I did get it. Wonder Coral Mars. Anyway. So this is an interesting turn of events. For a whole week, she's just been, I mean, obviously that's kind of putting a huge wrench in the theory that you can't go off the meds cold turkey. She took her completely off of Depakote. Cold turkey. Maybe it's because antipsychotics work the same, so you don't have to, you can do that. I don't know. I find it very interesting. I hope it works out. Never heard of it before. I bet you if I Googled it, it would say never go off of any meds cold turkey. You can't do that. But maybe because they're both antipsychotics, Zyprexa and Depakote, that it's okay. I'm not going to question the doctor on that. She's the doctor. I didn't think about it till after I hung up the phone anyway. I'm like, wait a minute. You took her cold turkey off Depakote and that's alright? What do you guys think? Alright, I need to clean. Mama needs to clean, Omar. You're not going to be staying in here, but you can go sit on the couch. Well, I'm sure you're not going to want to. I guarantee you I'm going to go clean my mom's room and close the door because I don't want him in there, so it's safe for him in there anyway. And he's probably just going to cry outside the door. I can't believe my mom lucked out, got a doctor that doesn't believe in so much meds. Her other male doctor, big deal, he took away 10 milligrams of Prolixin from the 30. This doctor took her off of everything. This doctor has her on just Zyprexa, just 5 milligrams more than she was taking, and nothing else. It's crazy. It's crazy. I wouldn't think it would ever happen. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. But you know what? All those meds were overwhelming her system, so hopefully this will be good. Just to have her on the one fucking antipsychotic, and that's it. This doctor likes Zyprexa better than Depakote. I think because Zyprexa is newer. I'm sorry, I know it's going to be better that she's only going to be on that. Again, it's 5 milligrams more than she was taking. It's not like she was put on, like, you know what I mean? She was already taking Zyprexa, so they're just going to increase the Zyprexa and take her off cold turkey, the flufenazine, and the Depakote. She was already taking off the flufenazine cold turkey for all this time that she was just on Depakote. The other doctor, when she was just took that one, you know, inject just one thing in her arm, and that was just Depakote. I found that out. So where's the old where is the, I can't think of the word. Like, where is it coming from when they say you can't go off of anything cold turkey? She went off the flufenazine cold turkey and was fine, and now she's been off the Depakote and is fine. Cold turkey. No gradual reduction. For the last week she's been taking nothing but Zyprexa. Nothing. Everything she went off cold turkey. And see, someone, false alarms, even yelled at me about when she was going to go off the trazodone, not take it at all or something. Or no, just reduce it down to 12. You can't do that with any medication. Something bad will happen. You have to gradually do everything. Well, guess what? In this hospital setting, they took my mom first off of flufenazine cold turkey because she refused to take any meds. It's better, you know. What about patients who just simply stopped taking their meds? See? They took her completely off flufenazine, Prolixin. And now they've completely taken her off Depakote cold turkey. I know she's going to be thrilled. we can do is cross our fingers. Cross our fingers that it works out, because if it doesn't, you know what will happen. Next time she won't be so lucky. I know she's thrilled because she was telling me that I'm just on one bill, Laura, just one, and I didn't know. I'm like, I'm sure they're not keeping her on that one. I'm sure that's just a hospital thing. No, I just got it from the horse's mouth. My mom's mouth is not a horse's mouth. You can't trust anything she says. We didn't even believe she was getting out. Why would we? She always says, I'm getting out, come get me, this, that, whatever. No, it was true. She's getting out. She's getting out. I need to clean. I will be demonstrating the Wonder Core for you guys when I open it. Definitely will be doing that. Won't be doing is any dancing videos anytime soon. So I don't know who's going to watch this. Probably not many people, but whoever watches it, you know, maybe you're learning something new just like I have, because I would not have expected something like this. Of course, I'm thrilled because I can't stand all the fucking meds she's on. Of course, she's thrilled because she can't stand all the fucking meds she's on. See? I just didn't think you can do something like that in that world, just cold turkey like that. But apparently you can, I guess, because they're both antipsychotics, you know. I don't know. I wonder what Sebastian will say. Sebastian, I didn't know if he was serious about releasing an album, and he's like, well, I'd need at least 3 songs. And I'd have to redo such and such, and remaster such and such, and one of them I think is a song of his I really like. Speaking of that, I still haven't listened to his new song, which I need to do. I'm pissed my expensive $50 that came with the computer, but I paid for it. I paid for the computer, the sound system extra, the little box and the 2 little speakers and whatnot. It's okay. One's broken. Wanna know why? Because I had to move this out to put up the stupid curtains. Have that woman put up the curtains. We got the new curtains for my bedroom, and I'm going to keep them. I don't like them. And that fell on the floor and it broke. I'm lucky both of them didn't break. I still have one. One works and one doesn't. It sucks. It's not like I need this awesome sound system for my computer, though. You know what I mean? I don't really listen to music that often. When I was cleaning in here, I was listening to Austin, to old Hinder, quite a bit. For the most part, I don't. It just irritates me because I'm anal that now the one speaker's not working and one is. I don't like that. But I wouldn't know how to set it up anyway, so if I bought a new system, I would have to have someone else put it in. So I'll just stick with the one stupid speaker. It's still enhanced. It's still more than what I had come with just the computer, right? It's still going to be louder. It's just I liked the mini sound system. And now one fucking speaker broke. I'm falling. I don't know. Tried to finagle it. Didn't work. I stopped listening to old Hinder so much I finally got sick of it, but I haven't done power walking, you know what I mean? I haven't really done much of anything this past weeks when I've been in the hospital. I haven't done much, winter anyway, and I couldn't go to therapy because my therapist left, so now it's going to be spring, now I have to get into therapy again, but I'm not sick of the songs. I still like them. When I walked up the door that time and went out for the day and whatnot, I was listening to some. Alright, peeps. There is your very important update. Very, very interesting turn of events here regarding my mom's meds. And that's it. I'm going to soon be getting all kinds of things done as soon as it gets warmer. My hair, the hair down there, and the hair on my eyebrows. I'll be setting up separate appointments for all those things pretty soon. Also, performers. Physical. The woman who takes care of Angel is going to be taking me to get all my nails done. Oh, my nails are dangerously long. I told you about that guy last time that didn't cut them short enough, so I complained. And now I didn't complain so I could get a free thing, a free nail trim. I complained because I just said I had to tell, I don't want him, so I have to tell him why. And like, did you say anything to him that day? I'm like, no, I'm not confrontational. What am I going to do? He's so nice. I'm going to come out, you know, you bragged about how good you were at this and you didn't cut off his nail. No, I'd rather sink into the earth and die than say that. I just won't use them again. And I'm not the only one like that. Nail trim doesn't cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm not going to sit there. You didn't do his nails. It's not like that. I know there are people who are, but I'm not like that. I can't. No fucking way in the universe am I going to do that. I bitched to the woman who takes care of Angel. Actually, it was wintertime and she was inside because she wanted to wait for her car in the cold. And she reminded me, I had forgotten about this when I was telling them. She reminded me, like, yeah, he had actually bragged about how good he was when you were telling your story, how vets don't cut the nails short enough, and you were so impressed with this place, the woman who did it last time, blah, blah, whatever. And then he wound up doing the same thing the vets do, barely taking any off at all. I'd forgotten about that part. I'm not trying to get him in trouble, but I'm not gonna fucking be a doormat. I'm not gonna get him again when I don't want him ever again. Sorry. I know how, I've had this dog for 9 years, like I told them. I know how short his nails can get if you're not afraid to do it. You know? I'm paying money. I'm not going to get him again when I don't like him, his work. I thought he was a nice person, but I don't like that he doesn't barely cut. He does what the vets do, barely cuts any off. Or he's afraid to make them bleed. Well, another person who works at this place did a fantastic job the last time, and periodically, when I was living with Bobby, we went to the vet did a fantastic job in cutting Omar's nails so short. I'm beyond impressed. Beyond impressed. He'd been at that vet's for a long. They charge a good deal more than other vets charge for it, but he does a really good job, and he doesn't need any help. and Omar was fine, and it wasn't with groomers. They never do it in front of you usually. In LA they did. In LA I went to a place run by Hispanics, or and not only did they do it in front of me, they didn't have a room to go back. It was just one room there, but they did a good job. They always did a good job. It's real cheap. It was unbelievably cheap. They did a good job, but one time he was really acting up, and they even needed me there to calm him down. We all needed. There are some people who say it's better that the owner's not around, and it makes the dog more agitated. Of course, when you get it done at the vet, you're right there, because they don't have anywhere to take them to go do the nails. Well, that's not true. Some do, some don't. It just depends. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I'm getting a free nail trim for Omar. That wasn't my goal. I have a right to say I don't want that guy again. He did a lousy job. And I didn't complain. I said I was going to file a written complaint. I was livid, but I just never bothered to do it, just like with the supermarket and the people that pissed me off in that supermarket that I go to all the time. I never bothered filing any complaints. Never bothered. Just a good plan, too. Obviously, the day it's happening, I see a manager, and but I don't proceed further and write the written complaint to the head of the store and this, whatever. I was gonna. You guys know I was gonna. I just never got it. I just never bothered. I'm pissed off to no end with the Natural News store now. I think the return policy is horrible. And I'm so used to dealing with like Vitacost. If you're not happy with the product, you get the wrong product. With Vitacost, they ship you out the new, they don't even ask you to ship them back, the regular product, okay? I don't expect that from anybody. There are a lot of places, if you do a return, they will pay for the return. Okay? Again, that's going above and beyond. But this place, I've never experienced this before. I was so pissed. I accidentally ordered turmeric gold without alcohol, and it doesn't have as much curcumin. When you get the one without alcohol, it's 3 times less potent. The one with alcohol is 3 times more potent, you know. It's a huge difference, okay? That I told these people off. I hung up on the guy. I'm like, you know what, that is hard. And he made me even angry. He didn't know. He didn't even tell me. I had read the return policy. He didn't even tell me. He kept insisting, no, you're going to get back your $24.95, and I'm like, are you sure about that? No, he was wrong. I'm going to tell you, their return policy is horrible. They put it back. I sent a letter to them, and I'm never going to order them again. It's not even worth it. They don't offer exchanges, okay? They don't offer exchanges, so here's the deal. If I want to return this turmeric gold, okay? This is the one I ordered that doesn't have the alcohol. I did it by accident. The turmeric is 550 milligrams versus 1,650. Huge difference, okay? Huge difference. They're like the same price, when one's on sale, so whatever. Here's the deal. I want the one with the alcohol in it. Normal companies, if you want to exchange, they'll do an exchange, even if you have to pay to ship it back. I understand I have to pay to ship it back, right? I even understand that I have to pay to have them ship me out the new product. That would be fine. But guess what? On top of those things, I have to pay to ship it back, pay to have the one that I wanted shipped out to me, and on top of that, because they only give you free shipping on my previous $113 order, I want you guys to grasp this, okay? They only give you free shipping if you spend $99 or more. Well, guess what? If you return something and your previous order suddenly is no longer the $99, when you return this product, they subtract that $6.95 from this product. How is it worth it for me now? I paid like $25 for it. I have to pay to ship it back, however much that's going to be. You want to protect it too, otherwise, you know, it might not get it and then you're out that money. And they're not going to give me the full price because now my previous order didn't meet $99. And I said to the guy, I'm like, what if it, first of all, he didn't even know. He said, no, you're going to get back $24.95. I'm like, you sure about that? He had to go and look at his own policies, okay? He's like, no, actually, you're going to get back that minus the $6.95. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I want you to file a complaint on my behalf. That is bad customer service policy. There are places that don't even charge you to return a product. Okay? All I'm saying is charge me to return it. Charge me to send out the other one. But God damn it, don't also penalize me from the other order because now it didn't reach $99 and it's not, how is that worth it? Basically, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'll only get back for this one $18 and I will have to pay to ship it out, say $5, right? Or I don't even know what it'll cost me to ship. It's just a little thing, but I have to make sure it's, who cares? Let's just say $5. What? It's not worth returning it for $12. I might as well fucking keep it. See? And now you've put a bad taste in my mouth. What your policy should be is I'll pay to return it to you, you pay to ship me out the one that I want, but because I'm getting the one I want, don't fucking also penalize me because now my $99 order doesn't reach $99. That is such bad customer service. It is beyond bad. It's so bad. I sent this email to Sebastian, and I also sent it to the company. I also bitched up a storm to the guy. It's horrible customer service. They also never get back to me when I write to them about their products too. They're losing customers. I mean, they probably don't care. They probably make so much money. They're losing. I ask them, I want to know about your whey protein. It's not organic. What's the deal with that? Or I ask them things. They never get back to me ever. Well, now Sebastian says you should have sent it to me. I would pay for it because I use the alcohol-free one. You should order the Mega Food Turmeric Joint Support Formula. You can taste the potency of each tablet. No kidding. Why do you use the alcohol-free one when it's so much less potency? Because you don't... Sebastian can't say he doesn't want any alcohol, because I know when I was there he had tinctures that had alcohol in them. I'm going to ask him. But anyway, I wrote, to my friend Sebastian, who is also one of your good customers, I'm never ordering from Natural News again because their return policy sucks. I accidentally ordered the wrong turmeric gold. I wanted the bottle with alcohol in it because that one is 3 times the potency. I have to pay to ship the bottle I have back to them, equals fine. I have to pay return shipping of $6.95 to get the correct bottle, the one I meant to order, equals fine. But they are also going to penalize me by subtracting $6.95 from my refund because my total from before no longer meets the $99 requirement for free shipping. Not fine, and an unbelievably lousy customer service policy. I bet they won't even get back to me regarding this that I just sent them. I bet they won't. Unreal. That's just lousy. Again, it's just lousy customer service policy. Is it really worth the $6.95 to do that to me? You have to penalize me because I ordered the wrong product and you don't do exchanges? So now my previous total that I got my free shipping, you're going to not give me that back. You're going to subtract it from my refund for whatever this product is. That sucks. That's a sucky, put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm never ordering from them again. I don't have to order from them. I bet you I won't even hear back from them. That's just a sucky return policy. It doesn't mean I don't believe in what Mike Adams stands for and I don't read his natural newsletters. It's completely separate. His business separate from, or his beliefs in business, but separate from this lousy policy. Lousy. And it's right in their policy. I'm not making it up. It's right in there. It says, if you're a total, but the fact is the guy on the phone didn't know it. That pisses me off too. I had to tell him. I had to tell him. I said, and I make a complaint, and most companies would want to appease you and be like, okay, well, this time since you never do that. No. He's like, yeah, that's how it is. So he has no leeway to do anything. And it's sucky. It's really, really sucky. Because in my situation, I don't want, if I just wanted to return the product, fine, then dock me the $6.95. I want to exchange it for the one with the alcohol in it. There's no exchanges. We don't do an exchange. We return the product. You get docked the $6.95 because now your previous order doesn't meet that. And you can either order a new thing or get a credit onto your account or whatnot. Which means in the future I could get a credit, which it would I don't even know how that works. A credit for that amount, I guess, would help any new order reach that. It doesn't matter. I don't want to spend. I just spent $113. It's lousy customer service policy. I don't think anybody would disagree with me. They won't do an exchange. I don't want to just return the product. Sure, if I'm going to return the product, then you can dock me the stupid $6.95 because now I'm returning something that didn't meet. I want to exchange. They don't do exchanges, so I have to pay to ship it back, pay to get the one I wanted, and I get docked the $6.95. It's not worth it. It's ridiculous customer service policy. Ridiculous. Whatever, you know? They just lost a customer. I'm not ordering from them anymore. Gotta ask Sebastian why he does that. The one with alcohol has 3 times the turmeric. Why do you this? Let's see. 1650 versus 550. 550 milligrams versus a whopping 1650. Yeah, he pissed me off, and now I'm telling the world. Not that the world is watching this stupid video because they're not. These kind of videos, the only videos that get, my videos don't get a lot of views. The ones that get a lot of views. The first real sex one that I talked about, the real sex, that has like almost 4,000 views now. 3,600, something like that. Most of my videos don't get that many views. That means not that many people are going to hear me bitching about natural news. Again, I separate that from his newsletter I subscribe to, okay? Have been subscribing to for a couple of years now, per Joe's recommendation.